Okay, hi everyone. My name is Morgan and we're here to talk about financing for SMEs. So first of all, let's get, I'd say, introductions out of the way. So I'm one of the three co-founders at Defacto, and today we'll talk about financing, AIs, and APIs. Defacto is a short-term financing solution for SMEs. We embed in their daily tools, so typically the Odoos and the Odoos of the world. But we'll dive more on that later. So I'd say before we talk about AI, APIs, and all the other buzzwords, is there anyone here today that is waiting for an invoice to be paid? Only two people? I guess that's great. You have good paying customers. But so that is the main pain we go after. So today, one company in Europe shuts down every 38 minutes due to payment delays. So it's a pretty shocking statistic. It's not due to lack of demand, lack of competition, or poor management. It's because they can't get paid on time. And so it's a pretty big market, as you can imagine, and it's a pretty known problem. It's been around for a long time. And so you can wonder, why is it so complicated and why is it so hard to service? And the reason is pretty simple. Most processes and products from bank, factors, and I'd say traditional financial institutions have been built for larger volumes and larger companies. So when you're a smaller company, you are actually a higher cost to serve for them, and as well, you will experience most probably a worse customer experience, making finally the solutions, the financing and the short-term financing solutions for them not as reliable. And so we do believe that now is the perfect time to serve SMEs and develop a new product to serve them better. And there are three reasons why we do believe that. So first, you have the e-invoicing regulation, which is in France and Italy and spreading all over Europe, that is standardizing the format of invoices and therefore facilitating, I'd say, the one-click submission or the invoice financing. Second of all, you have all the new trends with first open banking and now open finance, allowing lenders to collect raw data and run differently their algorithms. So whereas before you had to submit an application, submit your business plan, today you can actually do it, you can share your data in a very secure way in a click of a button. And then the last experience and the last big trend is AI and machine learning. One of the hardest things in lending is that lending is an edge case business. Everyone has a different, everyone will have a specific case, and AI allows you to actually automate all these edge cases. And so what does it do for Defacto is that today it allows us to automate the most important part of a lender's role, which is the underwriting. As a lender, if you manage to give the customer the right amount at the right time to the right customer, you actually have cracked the SME lending. And we do believe that Odoo integrations ecosystem has a huge role to play. If we take a step back, what do most companies want? Most companies want to run their business on a single tool. And today, Odoo does represent that gap. So you run your payroll, you run your daily operations, you run your finances. And that makes it your single source of truth. So on that, you have very accurate data, you have an extremely good view of where you stand and your cash position. So it allows you not only to share that data, but also to anticipate your needs. And so once you've managed your payroll, your purchases, your stocks, your invoices, your receivables, what is left is actually how to finance that working cap, that treasury gap you still have once everything is clean. And so that's what Defacto does. So what we do today is that we provide these embedded experiences. We are right where you need us. You can click, you can access in the click of a button. And to give you some examples of use cases is, for example, you're a service company and you work for a large corporate and you issue an invoice. That invoice has a 60-day payment terms. And so you've already normally completed that mission and you have to wait another 60 days to actually cash in that amount. So here, Defacto will allow you to cash in upfront that invoice. A second example, because we're all coming back from holidays, is if you take the example of a bathing suit retailer, for example. A bathing suit retailer, what happens? They'll buy their tissue and their stock in March to actually make those bathing suits. So they buy it in March, but they'll only sell it in July or in August. And in that case, they have a 3 to 4 month working capital gap. And that is exactly where Defacto enters. will come, will help the company purchase the stock, and therefore the company will reimburse us once they've sold the stock. And now, to keep it short, and super short actually, we've a few elements about us. So we financed over 650 million euros since our launch in the 1st of January 2022. We accompany over 10,000 SMEs, and we're present in 5 key European markets, which are France, Germany, Netherlands, Spain, and Belgium. And finally, we've managed to do all of this by staying a pretty lean team, so we're only 20 people. And the reason how we do it is that we believe in a partner-first approach. So we work with multiple softwares, multiple ecosystems to really provide the best experience to our partners and to our customers. And so I've actually shortened the talk by 50%. So as I said, we're pretty fast. I didn't know it'd be as fast, but we have a yellow booth in the hall 7. So if you have any questions, want to know more, want to chat with the team, we're here until tomorrow afternoon. Are there any questions? I'm not sure the QR code works, by the way. So please raise your hand if it doesn't work. No, it doesn't work. Okay.
Does anyone have a question? Doesn't seem so.
Well, it seemed to be, oh!
Oh, there's a question. If you want to come ask the question, hey, sorry, because the QR code doesn't work, and as you're just in front, a bit of exercise.
Hi.
Hi.
Can you hear me? Oh, excellent. I'm from UK, so we have seen a couple of service providers in the UK as well.
Yes.
Offering, the loan facility to SMEs. But one of the challenges that I have seen in the UK market is the credit profiling of the SMEs.
I'm very
is the credit profiling of the SMEs.
Yes.
Most of the times, the traditional service providers have got a credit rating to offer the loan to the SMEs. But when it comes to the smaller organizations, can you hear me still? Yeah, when it comes to these smaller organizations, there are two sides of it. One is the interest rate which the SMEs have to pay to get the loan. The second is the customers who are being paid the invoices. Even they have to pay some interest on the top of it. So in your case, is that the case where you charge both sides plus higher interest rate based on the credit profiling? Because then that sort of is counterintuitive for the customers. Rather, they would prefer waiting 30 days to get paid than to get paid instantly. Does the question make sense?
So I'll try to rephrase and you'll tell me if that is. So you're saying that you have similar providers in the UK and that the challenges they face is basically, I'd say the interest structure, whereas the company that is already suffering from working capital gap has to advance the payment, will incur the fees of that the case. And that is the case with most today financial services. So in this business relationship, you'll have someone that has, I'd say, a stronger weight in the negotiation, which is often the larger corporate. And in that case, what we see a few customers doing is that either they'll say, okay, you can pay us at 60 days, but they bake in the cost of financing, or on the other side, what's pretty interesting is that for our customers that will pay their purchases, they offer discounts to their suppliers. So they'll tell the suppliers, I'll pay you early, but I'll pay you 95% of the invoice. And so you have a sort of a discounting effect. And in that case, they'll make more money out of the margin than the actual cost of the loan. So you have a few ways to actually repercuss the cost of financing depending on the power you have on your business relationships. I don't know if that answers that. Okay, perfect. Thank you. Anyone else?
Anyone has a question? I don't see any hands raising. Otherwise, what was the booth number you had?
Oh, we hall 7. We're the only very yellow one. So you'll see us. You can't miss the extremely yellow one close to the catering and coffee area.
Okay, great. Thank you very much.
Great, thank you.